I used to be you, sitting on the fence between Apple and Samsung.
I want to switch, but I'm worried about what my friends will think.
Well, you should be.
Oh, hi, Pat. This is embarrassing. I can't find the micro SD slot.
Yeah, that's because it doesn't have one.
Oh, so how do I get more storage?
Cloud.
Oh, yeah. I don't want my stuff up there.
Today, this is quite an interesting topic. Chances are it is the reason why you clicked on this video. This is Leslie Lenz. We're going to dive in on the battle of ecosystems that has divided users for years. This is between Android and Apple. But specifically in this video, we're going to talk about Apple versus Samsung. If this is the kind of tech that you love, show some support by clicking that subscribe button. I really appreciate. As someone who has used both Android and Apple products over the years, I also have a few things to say about the whole ecosystem battle. But don't get me wrong, I'm not going to take any sides, but basically to bring into light what users from both sides experience. This is also for users who want to jump ship or are a little bit uncomfortable with where they are. If you want to choose sides, you'll at least be informed on what you are getting yourself into by the end of this video. First of all, we are going to talk about the devices that are being offered by both Apple and Samsung. Both sides offer a wide range of devices. These are the phones, the tablets, that is the iPads for Apple and Galaxy Tabs for Samsung, earbuds and earpods, smartwatches, MacBooks, and Samsung's ProBooks. There is a whole lot of products to cover, including their accessories. However, what we are mostly interested here is how seamless it is to work and use across these devices. There are pros and cons on both sides here, of course. On the Samsung side, you get a wide variety of products that are not yet available on the Apple side. These are the folding phones, the flip phones, and other accessories such as the S Pen. It might not seem like a huge deal that Apple does not offer these products, but again, when you think of it as a direction that technology is heading towards, then Apple here is a little bit behind. Samsung also offers a wide range of phones. This is covering all the high-end and flagship phones, that is the S series. They also have the mid-range phones and the budget-friendly phones. For example, the Samsung Galaxy S series. This is something that is not yet available on the Apple side except for the iPhone SEs, that is the special edition, which are not technically budget-friendly. I think we can all agree on that. Crossing over to computers, this is a field where Apple shines from all directions. Apple comes with their MacBooks, their iMacs, the Macs, the Mac Minis, and also their studio displays. With one unified ecosystem and experience across their devices, Apple here goes unmatched. Yes, Samsung also has a variety of computers. These are the Samsung laptops and the ProBooks and various monitors. But one thing that makes Apple outshine them is the software. I'll talk more about that later in the video. Still on devices, we have the iPads and the Galaxy Tabs competing side by side. I have talked about these previously in a more in-depth review covering the differences between the iPads and the Galaxy Tabs. I'll leave a link down below. One thing that I'll mention here is that the Galaxy Tabs, especially the latest release, that is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9, is a whole powerful computer. I can comfortably say that it is the most powerful Windows tablet out there right now. One thing that the Galaxy Tab does and the iPads cannot do, even the Pro versions, is the Samsung DeX. This is basically turning your tablet into a full PC without the need for an external monitor. This makes everything work very seamless if you ask me. But again, the iPads are powerful, especially the Pro versions. Nowadays, they are capable of handling heavy softwares such as music production softwares and also video editing softwares. If you have interacted with these softwares, you will know how heavy they are because even some good laptops cannot be able to handle these softwares. Either way, these tablets are the top of the line and it can be really hard for you to choose one from the other. We cannot forget the earpods and the watches. Both companies offer top-of-the-line earpieces and watches. The functionalities are quite similar and it might zero down to the personal preference. That is, you as a person, which one are you more likely to take? If you already own an iPhone, there is more likelihood that you will end up buying an Apple Watch. The same goes to someone who has a Samsung phone. That goes without saying. The extra devices end up filling the ecosystem, following the primary devices that you already own. Now let's talk about what creates the biggest rift on this whole ecosystem battle. the green versus the blue bubbles. It's funny how this has been made to be a whole issue that divides the Android users and the Apple users. If you are living outside the United States, you might not see these as a big of an issue because chances are one of the main modes of communication with your friends and family is WhatsApp. For individuals in the United States, this is a whole debate, and some people have even lost friends and have been ghosted because of the green bubbles, just because someone on the other end assumed that you're using a cheap Android phone. That's really sad because some of these phones cost over $1,000 US, and because someone doesn't know that, they end up thinking that you're just using a cheap Android phone. Either way, one big unified experience in the Apple ecosystem is how easy it is to make a call on your phone and finish on your Apple Watch, FaceTime on your tablet, and continue on your MacBook. This level of integration and ease of use is what has got many people hooked into the ecosystem that they even feel left out if they make a move to the Android world. On the Samsung side, yes, you can cast your device, but it lacks the seamless experience that keeps you in a constant loop. There are a couple of softwares that has made things much easier for Apple users. One of them is AirDrop. The fact that you can transfer large files to many people at the same time in a very short time, or even to your devices, is something that everyone craves for. Samsung also has QuickShare, but the usability cannot be compared to that of AirDrop. The delivery time, the connectivity, the usage across various devices is a little bit laggy, but still, it does work, doesn't it? Apple has a couple of features that cannot be found on the Samsung side. For example, the auto unlock. This is where you can easily access your Mac using your Apple Watch. There is also the continuity sketch. This feature allows you to write and create on your iPad and easily insert it on your Mac. So when you look at the other software features, Samsung can also achieve the same, but they'll have to use third-party softwares and also applications. This might make things a little bit laggy and doesn't create that whole seamless transition from one device to another. Software updates. This is a huge plus to the Apple ecosystem, as their phones and devices generally end up with many years of updates even after production. Aside from keeping their users in the ecosystem bubble, this also helps a lot with fixing any major security bugs that may arise over the years. On the contrary, Samsung only offers a year or two of the Android update to their phones. Wait, there is a catch. This only applies to their high-end devices. This is the S series, that is the flagship phones. So if you're using a low-end or a mid-range Samsung, you might already know that you're not going to get any Android update to the next Android. So that is a huge setback to many people. But again, you're getting these phones cheaply, so I don't think you're going to complain about that because you knew already what you're getting yourself into. As I conclude, I can say Samsung usually depends on other companies such as Google and Microsoft to make their devices more user-friendly, while on the other hand, Apple has full control over their devices and software, making them stand out when it comes to general integration and usability. However, as a user, you do not need your environment to dictate whether you stick with the Apple ecosystem or the Android ecosystem. I would say do what works for you and also go with your personal preference. I hope up to this point I've covered at least some of the most crucial things that you consider before jumping from one ecosystem to the other. So if you're going to shift from Apple to Android ecosystem, or if you're going to shift from the Android side to the Apple side, at least you already know what you're getting yourself into. If there is anything that you feel is important and I did not mention, kindly feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll be going through all of them. It has been nice having you. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not like it, click that dislike button. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.